July. Good. Okay.
And John's on board?
Yep, John's here.
Okay.
Hi, John.
Good afternoon.
Hello. We have a quorum. So first order of business is to approve the July minutes. Please, if you haven't had a chance, look them over and see if you have any comments or corrections. Hearing none, can I have a motion to approve?
So move.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Carson. All in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. It's passed. Next order of business is financial reports.
Oh,
Talk to us, Jennifer.
this is the first month of the fiscal year, so it's just showing July, and it's in draft until we have the audit done, which is in process and almost done for last year's audit. We have the balance sheet balancing.
That's good.
For, I don't know if there's any questions about that, but it's. Then we have the profit and losses. We brought in 18,000 in grant money for this in July. And the expenses were typical for the month. There's a negative net income for the month, but hopefully we'll make up for that. I don't know if there's any particular comments or questions.
Any other grants that are pending or?
We just got money from Dyson. The first, it's a 2-year grant of 50,000. We got the first 25,000. I just deposited yesterday, actually.
What is money? Okay.
IBM.
Good.
What is money?
Dyson Foundation.
Oh, Dyson. I'm sorry, I said Jason.
Dyson Foundation, and
Start that.
that's general operating support.
They've been with us for many years.
And a lot of different and good organizations.
Yes.
Alrighty. So we don't need to vote on this since how it's not,
Right.
so. Okay, any questions about our money? Okay, moving on to property related matters, legacy cities.
So we're working on another round of Legacy City, as you all know. Right now, the buildings that we're planning on renovating in this phase is 140 Chambers, 128 Du Bois, 11 South Miller, and 238 First. There's a possibility for a 5th building if we reacquire 146 South. And so we've been working on doing abatement and stabilization work on those buildings prior to getting the main funding award. So currently we're working at 128 Du Bois, doing exterior work, which is almost complete. That's an additional 150,000 that we're spending on that, on pointing and finishing off the roof, driveway, grading on the driveway so the water isn't being directed to the building. And they cleaned out the garage and they're gonna put a roof on it and doors.
Are the porches part of that?
So they're doing some like saving of the back porches, but it hasn't gone to ARC yet. And so, but they're trying to put, the front porches have been removed a long time ago. There's remains of very ornate back porches, so they're trying to preserve them as much as possible, or preserve stuff to be able to reconstruct some decorative items. And Jeff Wilkinson is working on the drawings. And then he'll go to ARC for that. We have ARC approval for 140 Chambers. For 11 South Miller, we're gonna be acquiring on Monday. And with some other city properties, and 238 First. Jeff is also gonna start working on plans for those, and we're working on, we've scheduled, and they did phase 1 this week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For environmentals, and then we'll do lead and asbestos testing in the next couple of weeks, I think. And then Jeff will be working on those plans, so that's where we are with those.
We talk about these numbers, but this, for stabilization, look at these numbers, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then you try to sell these properties.
Yeah, no, and at 128 Du Bois, this is like the third time, like we've already spent a lot of money prior to this, just getting it to where it's at now. But it will be the renovation, now it's like kind of a clean shell to start all the renovation work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Lander Street properties,
So for the Restore New York project, just at 72, 76, 78 Lander. We have a RFQ out for stabilization and asbestos work, remediation work. Originally it was the RFQ was due August 15th, but we extended it to the 29th. Because we had some changes to the plans. So we needed the engineer to update the plans and then give some time to the bidders to respond, but we've had some response. We have a handful of people that have come into the walkthroughs that we had and have been, pretty engaged and questioning and stuff like that.
no paperwork from them though.
No, because now it's not due until the 29th. And we just updated the plans.
Oh, okay.
A couple days ago. So that's just for 72 and 78. We have 76 is in much worse shape. And so we weren't able to get the testing done like we did in the others. And so we're trying to figure out with Quest how to do that testing. Because nobody wants to go inside the building.
It's not stable?
It's not very stable, and actually, we just got a sidewalk closure permit this week because when Carlos was looking at it, he felt like the facade could be pulling away. Because if you look at it, you can kind of see, and there isn't a lot holding the facade to the structure. So we're closing off the sidewalk in front of 76 and 78 and alongside Campbell, just to be safe. There's also some kids that have been like, the neighboring kids have kind of been getting into the building, so we're gonna put in fencing all around the entire 2 buildings. But yeah, so we're trying to figure out how to handle 76 Lander because it is in the state that it is. There's a huge hole in the roof as well.
The floors are still intact though, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, we've actually been in the buildings, but it's just not.
They're intact, but they're not, I mean, like, how many people can stand in the room?
Right.
Everything that was in that building when it burned is still in there. So all the wall surfaces are intact, so in order to actually, I was talking to the guy who did the phase 1, and I asked him about unsafe buildings, and he said, the way that the code rule is written for asbestos is, if the building is unsafe to enter, everything is assumed to be asbestos.
Right.
Oh.
And so the thing is like, if you're gonna have someone go in there and test, they need to get it from the floor, they need to get it from the walls, they need to get it from the ceiling. So, and you gotta do it in every room.
Right.
That's gonna be expensive.
it's not, he's like, you could spend the money and do the testing, but he knows you're gonna do the abatement, so. If everything's collapsed, it's a little different, but because everything is still kind of in place, it's a little more of a sticky, wicket, I guess.
Could the floors be braced so it doesn't turn into the South Miller?
It has been open for 17 years, sitting there just like that since 2008. So I don't know what it looked like back then, but that's the last time that was the first time it was sold for $1. So that's how long it's been sitting in that state.
So is that a yes, it can be stabilized?
We don't, who's gonna send their people in there to do the work?
It's also
That's-
like to clean everything out, like you can't
That's the
really
part.
see what's happening, and so to send someone to clean, that's also.
What does Carlos think of?
I mean, he didn't wanna clean it the lot, like he cleaned 72 and 78 and didn't wanna do that one,
That speaks loudly.
yeah. So we're gonna meet next week, about it with Diana, the architect, and I don't know if there's anything new we can come up with, but.
Will she go in?
I mean, she has been in, and we have been in, but it probably wasn't advisable.
Right, and when you talk about liability and stuff like that.
So I'm sure you know that you can, if it's a demolition candidate, you can demo with asbestos in place under those circumstances. But is the goal here to save it?
It always is.
Okay, okay.
It's a party wall situation. I mean, it's a row house, so it really destabilizes the neighboring building if you take
Got
it
it.
down.
Okay, understood.
So are we like gonna assume it's asbestos and go from there without testing?
I mean, I don't know if we could get quotes for that,
Well,
but then
won't
it's
quote it.
like, how do you get in there? I mean, even how do you do all of that?
How do you do the removals?
Yeah.
That's the part I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you do it.
What's Carlos saying? He's keeping his hands off. I'm not quite understanding what we're gonna do with 76.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure that out.
Okay,
He's gonna brace the front.
But he's not the identified contractor yet. We have his bid out.
Right.
He's just being helpful and was like,
Okay.
you need to close the sidewalk because it looks like the facade could be crumbling.
what is it, brick or?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did do the clean outs, earlier when was
Of the
it?
other two?
Yeah.
72 and 78.
Could the front of it be braced so it doesn't come away? I was looking at it the other day. The sidewalls look okay, but I know that front is, the
There's-
joisting runs north-south.
Yeah, that's right. And I think there's big cracks, on the front and on the side, big step
Step
cracks.
cracks, yeah.
It's a bummer.
Well, the building might solve our problems itself if we don't brace it.
Right,
And he's not doing that because he's not. He's one of the bidders?
yeah,
Okay, but we need to wait. So we'll just wait until,
and I don't know, I guess we'll have to discuss that more with the structural engineer as well.
yeah,
In the meantime, we did submit requests for information from the city of, like, basically, with our sketch site plan, that I shared, it's basically this, that we shared last time, that's two different site plans, one for, the south side of Campbell, which is a different zoning district from the north side, so we have one for, 72 and 61 Campbell, and then, 76 and 78 Lander, as well as 80 Lander, which we're acquiring from Habitat. They responded back, there's certain variances that we would have to get, and do a full site plan approval process with the planning board. So we're meeting next week with Diana to go over the steps for that, next steps.
what was the response from the city?
I mean, it was essentially like, these are the variances that you need to get, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I can pull, I can. pull
You
it.
got information?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's telling you what you needed to apply, like when you go to the ZBA, what you're gonna need to apply
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
But they wanted like kind of an initial site plan.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Sketchy,
yeah.
yeah.
And, so that's where we're at with that project.
Yeah, would you pull that and send it over to
Yeah,
me?
yeah. I think the biggest difference is that 72 and 61 are in the downtown neighborhood, so there's no parking requirements, and then the other two properties are in the residential medium density zoning district, and it requires, I think, 1.25
Per,
spaces per unit.
Which we're getting by acquiring 80 Lander. And I have we're gonna try to do that as soon, so this Monday is when we're acquiring 61 Campbell and 161 Lander, which is a lot that we're trading with the Habitat for 80. So as soon as we acquire 161, then we'll go ahead with swapping properties.
is that a formal handover, or it's just officially that's the date of the handover?
Oh, we have a closing scheduled with Jeremy on Monday with the title, because the title company's coming in.
Okay,
Um,
okay, South Miller Street, Blue.
Speaking sticky widgets.
Is it still standing?
I didn't even know what to put as the topic, I just put the building address. It's still standing. We'll see after the hurricane comes through.
Yeah, I talked to the one abatement contractor that didn't pull out because they came to look at the two buildings that we have offered right now, 72 and 78 Lander. He said that they were still interested in doing the job, but they bid really high. It was $382,000. And he asked what the other bid was, and I actually didn't know it, and I told him it was around 3, but it was actually 340. He said, well, I'm not gonna be able to get down to 3. But, if I get these, if I bid and win these other jobs, could I help you out? Yeah, sure, we could talk, we can work something out, but he said, it's gonna be north of 3. So if you don't have the budget.
That's just for the abatement.
That's one thing, but if you.
And is that figure clearing everything? That's flat lot.
No, that would be for abatement and rebuilding. Like, he wouldn't be doing the rebuilding, but he would do the abatement in place so that the structure could be rebuilt. They'll go up on a lift, push the rest of the stuff down,
And pick it
and
out.
then come and start doing the removals after the roof is on and everything.
So basically, after they do that, it's just a show, right?
But then we have to go in and put in joists
The
and
joists
all
to
the,
stabilize it.
yeah, like a steel band around the outside.
Yeah, he
So
said they
the
want.
300 includes that?
No, so it would be like, we're talking about like 600,000 just to like abate and stabilize the shell.
But the issue is flattening it is also probably a huge number.
So we got like we didn't get an official bid, but they said with like 280 or 2 something.
It just doesn't make sense.
240.
To
240.
demo it.
It doesn't make sense.
But we didn't do a bid just to demo, which, we probably should have done an alternative to demo to get 2 numbers at once. I think we were being optimistic, but we had someone just give us a number, like, what would you, there was one of the bidders that was the lowest for the abatement. They've since pulled out, they don't want to do the abatement, they only want to drop the building. And they told us it would be 240,000. If we're going to demolish it, we should bid it again, because I don't think we don't have a real number.
Yeah, but those numbers are really.
We actually bid it,
Yeah.
we put out a bid to demo it a few years ago, nobody responded.
Well, things are changing.
Yeah, no, I think we have a little bit more.
What are the biggest issues with demo costs? Is it, especially, I'm wondering about the bricks. Is it removal of the bricks from the property and
It's
disposal?
I think it's the contaminants that have to be trucked so far away.
Everything's hot if you demo it.
Okay.
So all the weight of that enormous structure.
And years ago, there used to be a facility close by. Now I think the closest one is Albany. So gotta pay for all that trucking.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it's like
still,
the
it sounds
carbon
like it would be-
footprint of like not saving all of that material.
Yeah, and then you have a hole in the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
Or flat.
And then to
Lot.
rebuild.
And
Right.
then you just rebuild, I mean, it's.
Yeah, because so yeah, if we're trying to save it, it's like, say it's 600,000 to stabilize and abate, and then it's like another 1 million to rehab it.
1.6
What
million.
about a pocket park?
The
Yeah,
numbers don't make sense.
No, they don't.
I mean, we could do next step is bid a demo, and so we know what we're comparing.
it might not be a bad idea to go ahead and bid the demo. And then look at what we're dealing with, demo, and start over with the building, if we did, wanna do a building, versus the 600 grand to,
Wait, so it's 340 for abatement,
It was 380?
Yeah, it was 380.
sorry. The other number.
But he
was-
said he could come down from that a little bit. He didn't say what he would come down from that, but they bid 380.
Then whoever the builder
So then we
is,
have it
Carlos,
would be Carlos,
presumably.
and we have a bid from him that's, I don't know, 1.5 years old at this point, maybe
Yeah.
older. That was like 212,000,
That's framing.
Yeah,
yeah.
Does
yeah, that's gonna be more,
does abatement
Right,
include
materials.
stabilization?
we're talking abatement and
And
stabilization.
stabilization,
they are two separate activities, but in this case, Jeff, they
Yeah.
have to be done
yeah,
contemporaneously.
Did Jeff do a draft plan set? I was curious.
We're like halfway through drawings for the 3-family house.
I guess I'm curious, like, if it was to be built ground up, like, what would cost be?
If we're gonna get a demo, we're gonna get a demo bid, then we need to get a bid for parging the wall too, and like the party walls,
Yeah,
there's a
mhm.
party wall,
Right,
and whatever we have to do with the foundation. I mean, I assume you could build that there, but I don't know how that would work.
And it's so unique, there's not like numbers floating in the ether that says, to build a house in the city of Newburgh, blah, 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 it's about,
oh, I bet,
Yeah,
yeah,
It's,
the historic
I mean, what did you say?
Yeah, how much per square foot?
Like
Well,
300 is
I
like
mean-
what, like, the number I'm given.
yeah,
But it's probably a little more than that.
it's more,
Yeah.
but yeah.
oh,
I mean, Repco just did all those infill scouted sites, those are similar footprint. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we could estimate it, but you're right, that the party wall is another number,
Yeah.
like, even if you demo it, people are living next door.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
DC doesn't. I know that's a whole thing over there, but what was the ownership chain for the building? Like, is there any sort of remediation money that's could be
Like-
kicked in for some sort of like a contaminant thing like this?
I mean, I don't know, some of the other land banks, John might know more about this, they get EPA funding to do this work.
Mostly for investigation. There's two different grants from the EPA. One's for investigation. That's what most of the land banks have had. I don't know
Okay.
that there's been much remediation money.
I mean, it's kind of like the land bank money is the only money that's like kind of standing on its own, that you can get that's not attached to other type of grants.
Yeah, the HCR funds you're talking about,
Yeah,
the LBI
or,
funds.
yeah, and then prior to that, the other funding that we had, like, that's kind of what
Yeah.
is unique about that funding. But, so we do have that funding, it's just like, how much of it do we wanna use on this one
Right,
building? I had set aside $350,000 to do, in our current grant, to do the abatement and the stabilization. I think it was three or 350.
But you're gonna go over that, aren't you?
Well, I have that money, I'm just saying, like, it's not enough.
Right.
we could use it on other buildings, which is essentially what I've been doing. I mean, and we could apply for more. There's more money in the land bank initiative. It's just like, do we wanna spend $600,000 on one building? Just to stabilize it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But we're gonna have to spend money on demo. I mean, a huge number on demo. I think we have to look at the 2 columns and say, all right, what does it come out to?
Right.
And then it's demo, and then we don't have anything.
I think it's just that also the other issue is that it's still even not, like, it's still unclear, like, how well, like, how we can really do it.
Yeah.
You know, cause then when like Carlos has gone back, he's like, well, I'm not sure now, and cause it keeps on deteriorating more, like, where are my guys gonna tie on to, and I don't, you know, like, it's just gets.
Moving target.
If you demo, would it be attractive to a private developer at that point? You've given them a clean slate?
Maybe, I mean, we're acquiring a bunch of other lots, you know, in the neighborhood. And there is a vacant lot next to it that's owned by a developer.
There
Yep.
is.
I mean, this is sort of an obvious statement, but sometimes the land banks have to do things that no one else is willing to do, right? The things that don't make any financial sense, and you spend the money to turn it into a clean building site, and then it's suddenly attractive to a private developer. Who can
I
do
think given the scale of it, it would be attractive to a developer.
It's
Why
a
do
pretty
you
small
scale?
lot, like,
Oh,
it's not, it's like very shallow also, it's like basically the footprint of the
It's like
building.
50 feet.
Yeah, you would need something a lot larger to make it feasible.
Understood.
I gotcha. How deep is it?
I'll tell you in a minute. It's about a 600 square foot, 600,
So
close to
25.
700 square feet.
And it drops, right?
It does.
Yeah,
it
but
does.
that's the other
Elevation.
challenge is the topography.
Okay, can we table this discussion?
Yeah, well, I mean, we can put it at a demo bid.
I think we
just so-
should.
How about a community garden?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I like that.
You two talk among
South Miller
yourselves.
is like, it's a great street now, right?
Yes.
It's made a comeback and homeowners there, Habitat's there, Repco. I'm sure they would appreciate that.
No, we've done, I mean, the land bank has done a lot on that street.
The lot is 22 by 51.
22, so it's some
22 by
size.
51.
Oh, yeah. Even with that lot next door, it's
That's
like
how
it wouldn't pencil.
That lot is deeper, but not a lot deeper, probably another.
Yeah, but 22, nobody's gonna, cities wouldn't approve. Maybe for us, but
So to do something new, like they would do
standard lot is
existing.
25.
Right,
And they may just say, you can't rebuild, you can fix it, but you can't build on it.
right.
That's a little discussion to have, we can take a little new one there.
Right, to be continued.
Okay, let's move on. Call in your ideas over the next month. 140, oh no,
I think you're
143
right.
Washington.
So the little good news, 143 Washington is closing
Oh my
on
gosh.
Wow,
Friday.
you can have a drink.
No.
That's great.
Yes, so it's been a lot of, I mean, this week alone, we've had closing calls every single day. And it wasn't clear if it was gonna close this week or not, but then it came together today.
Pray nobody gets sick.
Everybody was going on vacation, so it was like, we have to do it this week.
Are they hoping to start right away or?
Yeah, I mean,
spring?
and they're very anxious to get the most out of,
Do they have their permits and everything up to date?
yes. They pull permits,
Okay.
you know, they changed
Make sure they have their
their,
approvals too.
their
Yeah.
They
contractor,
did, but
what?
they did.
Oh, there is a whole issue with the site plan.
What's the issue?
So they applied initially as a 14 unit,
Uh-huh.
14 residential and 2 commercial.
Yep.
And then partway through, they changed that to be 15 residential and 1 tiny office.
Okay.
But I think the developers thought their architect had changed that officially in the plan review process, and it wasn't ever
That's different.
formally like changed.
Yeah, cause,
I think it came back to us. Yeah, we saw.
Well, there were
Because
other, maybe other.
that would be
things
a
that are
mixed use under zoning, and now it's gonna be a, I don't know what, I don't think that would be mixed use.
Well, there is still an office, right?
There's a one
Yeah.
commercial
It's
unit,
just
so,
smaller than what.
so
they're
their
doing.
plan expired.
Yeah.
They also, I don't know, I just don't think they've been given great, advice.
I don't think they have since day one, which is a long time.
So they thought, oh, it's good for 2 years, but it's good for 1 year, and then you have to extend it.
You have to vest it, like start the work, right?
Well, I think you can extend for
You
1
can go in
year,
for an extension without having done any.
and then you can extend another year, you still need to, but then you have to reapply, so. What I've been told by the planning department is they have to, for the new plan, with the change of units, they actually have to start over. So I guess they can
Wow.
still go ahead, they have their permit, but they're not gonna be able to get like a certificate of occupancy. They have to
And they shouldn't have their permits if they have to, start over again, that shouldn't be, just like the thing you were talking about, that, these properties, no. So I will, get over to, codes tomorrow, see what's going on.
Yeah. So,
Hold your horses.
yeah, but so we're selling them the building on Friday, and we are also giving them, some of the funding that we approved for them.
And we've got a reverter clause in this?
We have an enforcement mortgage.
Okay,
I mean, we're like fifth in line,
because
but
if they find out their plans aren't going through, there we go again.
What has it been like? I think my first term.
it was like 2020.
It's been a couple of years, yes, Ramona. Okay, we ready for 146 South Street?
So 146 South, this is this reverter action we have going on. I communicated with the attorney today. They've been waiting for,
The judge.
I spoke to the attorney, our attorney, not the judge.
What are they waiting on?
They're waiting on the city of Newburgh because our attorney needs, like an affidavit, I think, and proof that there was no certificate of occupancy issued.
Okay, I guess I could look into that, when I look at
That could be
143.
taken care of very quickly.
Yeah.
So they're following up with the city, but they haven't gotten what they need.
Where on South Street is this?
It's on South at Chambers.
Oh,
The
it's
bottom.
down near Broadway.
No,
I'm sorry, what am I thinking?
South and Chambers essentially.
Go to
Near
the end
Liberty,
today.
And
Yeah.
Chambers,
Oh, South and Liberty, really.
tough area,
Yes.
real tough area.
There's a lot happening. It
Yeah,
really
yes.
is.
So the building
Yes.
next to it
Yeah.
is city owned now.
Okay,
So that something could happen with that.
I saw someone like working or doing,
Yeah.
pulling out something.
At the corner one.
Yeah, the corner one, yeah. And I drove by, I don't know what they were doing.
It's listed with River right now, right?
Yeah, we went and looked at it.
Is it?
It looks like they just
They
left
just
yesterday.
walked out, like the store is
It
like.
looked like they weren't keeping a very clean house to begin with, and then they just left.
I mean,
The store is crazy.
those
It's
two
like
side by
really
side
gross.
would be really impactful, especially to have that storefront back online.
I agree.
As long as we can tear off that
Oh my God.
marble thing on the
I hope-
front.
I hope we will, yeah.
Is it on the other side of Chambers? Because
Yeah.
where was the big bus where they were selling? guns
Yeah,
and
it's
all
the
that?
other side.
It's the other side,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, I didn't know about the gun.
Oh,
bus.
boy.
Oh, boy,
It
they
was
busted a lot
multi-county
of
and
people.
Yeah.
Recently?
Oh, I heard about the one in Wallkill. I knew
Yeah,
that they
2
went
weeks
to
ago.
Wallkill.
they got 20.
Shocking.
Stop.
The luxury
Well,
cars
the shock is
outside
that
every
that
night
was
were
a
just,
head-
who knew?
What was the car? They had a cute name for it. The one that hit on South Street.
Which one, Doughboy?
Was that it, the Doughboy?
I think they changed the name.
They had a nickname for the raid.
Oh,
But it involved people from other states too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was at least 20 people.
yeah, that's, like Jeff said, it's a rough corner.
There's a purple Bentley always parked outside, seems.
So, yeah, I mean, the attorney was saying he thought that it's even possible we won't have to make a court appearance, that it'll be handled.
Who owns it, or who did we sell to?
This guy from Queens
Guy from Queens.
with three first, it's like David Alexander Michael or something.
Nice name.
So they, yeah, and I looked on the building blocks website and they have a permit from last year to do all this work on the exterior with windows and so forth, but they never went to ARC and they put these horrible vinyl windows in.
Oh, they did.
Destroyed
really
all the
bad.
original windows.
They tore everything out.
And front door, I mean, that
Yeah.
thing is.
What kind of door does it have?
So like a security fire door on the front, one of those narrow, like a school door.
Mm-hmm, with the
Yeah.
skin
Yeah.
window. Yeah.
It's bad, all sorts of bad.
So we'll see what happens. Hopefully by next month we'll have more.
That would be a
information.
great reacquisition. Okay, 34 Lander.
So we did, this is another possible reverter, not sure what's going on with this guy. We had, a legal notice sent. This is, they're a year past, their due date of having the certificate of occupancy, they haven't started work. They seem to be struggling with what they're supposed to do in terms of submitting plan, like they've made several attempts to submit plans, but they don't really have the right, what they need, and they.
Yeah,
gone
because it
through,
hasn't
three
gotten
different
anywhere,
architects.
at least, as far as planning board, it hasn't come before workshop or anything.
No, so we sent a legal letter. And they had someone respond on their behalf. From the place that writes letters for people on Papalevia or something.
Oh, Papalea?
Papalevia, they write letters for people in English.
It's a
It's
legal,
not Papalea.
like a legal.
Like,
Yeah,
notary
legal,
office,
yeah. And, he's basically saying like he's tried and he's been given a hard time by the building department and he's gone through 3 different engineers. But what he submitted as plans, it was like existing and then supposedly proposed, but the proposed looked the same as the existing and it wasn't like any kind of like construction permit set or anything.
Get me names on that, because, I can figure out what's going on, because we're just dealing with people that sent in, what's proposed, but really what they submitted was what's current. We said that you can't, we know that's there, you can go look at it, we need what you proposed to do on this part.
Right, I mean, it's very, and it's a weird, like the building is very difficult because of the way it's laid out and all these weird extensions and it's like, how do you make this into a normal apartment layout? So I understand the challenge.
A good architect though, I mean.
Yeah.
You couldn't build that. It's amazing that it's there.
Right.
If you really wanted to make a lot of housing, like you could do it.
Yeah, so we put him on notice and I'm trying to get more information from him and also from the building department.
Okay.
Because.
Do you know what's happened since the fire? Have they secured anything roof wise or?
I don't know about that. We did have them send a report for the fire and said you need to do all the things that you need to do to secure it. They have said they did, but I don't think they gave detail.
Well, it's in an area that has potential.
Oh, sure does.
Yes.
We wanted that whole block. The city would love to see that transform. But it hasn't happened.
So,
That's the first block from Broadway.
You can
34
see it just
Lander.
from here, actually out the window.
Up from,
Oh, yes, it is.
from
yeah, it's the first block.
Liberty, yes. And I know back in the day, that had a lot of nice shops and, stuff like that, a long time ago.
Well, the Repco infill is there, downstate and ramen are there.
Well,
There's
downstate
stuff.
Closed or downstate.
District Coffee is there soon.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Rob's up in.
Cause
that
it's
shop.
down, is, the coffee shop moving to bigger digs?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
moving to
Liberty Street. right?
Spring and Liberty, yeah.
Oh, well, I'm glad for that. That's a nice place.
Yeah.
Okay,
So what's the next step with
Lander.
him?
Well, I just sent an email today asking for more information, but the person who responded was like, I just wrote this letter for him, like, I have nothing to do with this, and I have to respond, I have to, I guess, call Ricardo, who purchased it, but it's just like, I feel like I've had many conversations with him, and he's just like, doesn't really seem to know what he needs to do.
He's also a builder.
Yeah, and so I think he
It
just
shouldn't be.
is used to being able to just build things without submitting.
What's his last name?
Yeah, what's
Santos.
the process?
Ricardo Santos.
Is that the name of the contractor?
It's Savana
yeah.
something.
Sabana Properties,
Yeah,
LLC.
I mean, they built reasonably large things in Beacon, I remember when he was
And
buying
Fishkill,
it.
it's something going on with Fishkill recently.
But I think from like the planning stages, probably not so much, it sounds like,
Maybe,
just
yeah,
the building.
as an owner, maybe he's
Right.
only been the contractor.
Do you know what's happening with Prince? Is that,
It seems like it's slowly moving, they had utilities going in.
good,
Saw the sewer line go in.
that's great.
Yeah, they had the
Spagnolia.
street closed off last couple weeks ago, I think, and they kind of pause and then they start back up again.
There was somebody doing some stuff there yesterday, but just, I don't know. The door open.
That's at 38 Lander, that was sold
They had
the
the
same
door
day as
open.
34.
That's progress, they had a door open.
I saw a box of screws. It's,
So. Oh, boy, okay, we gotta get moving on
it looks
this.
a little better than it did over there.
For sure, yeah.
Okay, and the Monday transfer of properties.
So, yeah, August 25th on Monday, we're gonna acquire 10 properties from the city.
Those 10 under acquisition, except the ones in the red boxes.
So one building, which is 11 South Miller, and the rest are all lots. So 161 Lander, we're trading with Habitat. 302 Grand is a fairly large lot.
302 grand.
47 Lutheran,
Is that historic building, the brick,
Mhm.
302 grand?
it's a
A
lot.
lot,
Oh,
yeah.
it's a lot.
109 Chambers, 191 South, 41 Lander, 43 Lander, 68 Campbell, and 61 Campbell.
Can you remind what's happening with the bracketed ones?
We're just gonna do them in a separate transaction.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
So I had this whole thing with the state, and I'm using the state money, the land bank initiative, and they've been fine, like advancing us funds, without us having to prepay things. But then they said with this new round of funding, we can only advance you $50,000 because that's what your fidelity insurance is. So then I went out and got $1 million policy, and it's not expensive, so now we can get more money advanced.
Big time now.
But it took me a while to figure out that that's all I had to do. So, you know, and those buildings, you know, 90 Gidney is 180,000, 15 South Johnson is 105,000. 15 South Johnson is basically the facade of the building, is what we're buying.
A lot of scrap metal in there too.
Yeah, and we might wanna get some EPA funding, I don't know, that's gonna be, that was like, there might be some.
This little box.
90
Yeah,
Gidney,
It's there.
the one
So
I
the roof
read,
isn't
not too
tapped?
yeah,
It
this one.
is
Sort of.
leaking.
It's leaking.
It's leaking, we don't
And
know.
Oh,
So
now
that's
part of it.
like
Yeah, 'cause-
ASAP
and then
to
this is being
solve
rehabbed.
for.
Yeah, we could
So what are we
see it,
gonna do,
like,
landfill?
Yeah,
It was-
I can't
the top
imagine that.
unit was,
Not
it
that
wasn't
big a
bad
spot,
yet,
not
but
that
it was,
nice an area.
it was
At
clearly
Grand,
Yeah,
yeah,
starting to be an
I
issue,
remember
because there's
that
water
one
all
was
the way
there
down
for
the
a long
barber
time,
shop
it's torn down.
on the floor when we went in, and it hadn't rained in a
Are
so
there
for 90
funds?
Gidney, I mean, we need to get in touch with the Mount and see if we can acquire the buildings on either side.
They might be interested.
Yes,
So,
Oh,
I
That'd be
don't know who to
great.
contact there.
because they're both empty, right? I don't-
yeah,
And as Ally was saying in the previous meeting, they kind of all depend, like they're all kind of tearing each other apart, so it would be good to take care, find out if we can acquire them as soon as possible.
Are there funds available to put roof or fix the roof on 90 for snow?
Oh,
I'm just
depends on
thinking,
what we do with 44 South Miller.
I know, I'm just thinking about like that situation repeating.
Yeah, I mean, we could put something. But we don't have it yet.
Right.
So that's,
That stretch would be amazing.
And it needs
it's
it.
a really nice storefront.
It's amazing, and what the mount owns around it could be a lot of housing.
Yeah, I mean, all of that lot looks like a farm now, or,
It's a garden, I thought.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, or.
I don't know who owns that, but
I
that's,
think,
that's.
I think the mount owns it, but the school runs it.
That's been a community
Community
garden for
garden.
Yeah.
decades
I mean,
and
I wouldn't
decades.
wanna-
Do you know where that is, Jeff? Up on Guinea, just before you get to Powell or, whatever it's called, that intersection.
Yeah,
And that's been, a community garden forever, and I never knew who owned it, and only a little bit's getting worked on now. It used to be, that whole
Yeah.
garden was going.
I couldn't tell if it was active
There's
still.
one man I've seen in there.
Yeah, the old guy.
Yep.
Melzina's dad is somehow involved with that, but he's quite old.
Well, Nuffy's so close by, I'm sure that is also hard to get people working on both.
What?
Just to have
Oh,
community garden
nephew, oh,
space,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
like, who's nephew? Oh.
Nothing, yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay,
that's it.
That's great.
any questions or comments? Anything you wanna bring up?
If 34 reverts, the city's marketing the one next door, right?
No, 146 is the reverter.
Yeah, but it's-
146
I'm sorry.
south.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking about south, yeah. If 146 reverts, is the one next door a possibility?
Yeah, and I mean, it's been on the market and they have it like for the assessed value, but I think if they don't get any offers for that high amount,
Be
you could
much
put in
easier to
a
be able to
lower offer.
Do both, than
Ah.
just a standalone.
Yeah. And there also is these garages that are part of it, on Lander.
Yep. Is Nick Edward running that
Yes.
now? Okay. Yeah, that'd be really great.
All right.
Let me bring up the first block of Lander Street from Broadway. I have a relationship with the folks that, no, I can't even think of their name. Their religious group, irrespective of which one it is, they are willing to provide people.
Catholic Charity.
No,
Habitat.
no.
Johnson Street, you call it?
No,
Later.
This is Lander.
yeah. Well, what I'm thinking of is what they're willing to do is provide people and equipment to do
Oh,
stuff.
you mentioned this, yeah.
Yeah, I've
Is it the
mentioned it.
Bruderhof?
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, the Burger Hall.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
but I haven't heard the word since I was.
I know, I never know how to say it
You're
each
so
time, I'm like,
homophobic.
I know, but they're
Really
very
nice
homophobic.
people. And they would be willing to really do all the site work for tree planting. And there's a lot of things you have to do to plant trees.
no, we know it.
Sidewalks, the curbs, the whole routine. And they seem to be continually willing to do this. And the thing I was thinking about is how you could impact an area by planting trees, and if so, which area would we really want to focus on to doing that? The one that seems to come up most in my mind is the first block of Lander Street. Because we're doing and have done so many pieces in there. And it's growing.
Well, we will be doing something that, the projects that we are working on, like the, 72, 76, 78 Lander. And 80 Lander, there'll be tree planting there, and then we have the 5 lots, we're acquiring 41 and 43 Lander. That we already have 35, 37, 39, so that's 5 lots that we're looking at putting a larger building into. And there'll be street trees involved with
That's
that,
great.
and that's all in that same area.
But what happens if we do that whole area?
Yeah.
I think it's tricky, especially with that big undeveloped parcel that, as far as I know, there isn't really a plan yet. The sidewalks aren't done and utilities will need replacing, so it's tricky, and we don't own it.
So it's premature.
Yeah.
A little bit,
Yeah,
Okay, keep it in your mind.
but it is a really,
More than willing to work, but they have very specific procedures.
yeah,
But that doesn't mean that other people can't do that work, that as long as they follow the.
Sure.
I mean,
rules.
EJ fellows have
easy to
done a
do.
crazy lift with tree planting the last 4 years, it's transformational. South
I mean,
Street
The
is,
issue, I think, with the Bruderhof is going to be, they can do everything except provide the trees.
but so we have an existing, that's great, they wanna help. A, they're very homophobic, so I'm not sure how much we wanna work with them. And B, there is a local group that is doing this, so I think it's.
Yeah.
What? Yeah,
Working with them.
Yeah.
so I think if we're gonna, that we have a relationship with, so personally, I feel like that makes more sense.
I talked to
Yeah.
Kathy once, a little bit about it. And it just seems to me that her plan for tree planting is based on planting various lots. And it just seems to be spread out and not having a great big impact.
oh my God,
It
they've
is.
planted so many
It's having a
trees.
big
Yeah,
impact.
but not along the street.
Yeah,
I
along
think
the
that's
street.
Yeah.
Trees.
I have
I think they've
two,
had some issues with trying to get approvals for,
Yes.
Yeah,
That's true.
but
Yeah.
they've planted a huge number of street
Okay.
trees, yeah.
okay, that's good.
Yeah, but I would, the bulk of the street tree planting in the city has been through them. It's one difficulty right now is we don't have a city arborist, and so that
We're
has,
looking for a full-time.
yeah,
Looking and looking and looking and looking,
that's really
but I
hard.
guess we can't pay what they get.
Yeah.
That's what, not surprised.
But it's hard to manage anything without that.
Okay. So, good idea. We'll keep thinking. Anything else? Alrighty, we will see you on September 17. Please RSVP.
Congratulations.
What did I do?
You finished the meeting in less than an hour.
I'm a watch on, that's why. No, good, good. Thank you very much for coming in, and I hope to see you in September.
Are you, in September, are you going to go to Congress now?
Yep, story. All in favor of quitting? Aye. Okay, meeting's over.
I think we'd probably rather adjourn than quit, but I'll quit if you like.
Okay, I adjourn.
I guess it's a
See you
little.
later.
Thanks,
Bye,
John.
So, Jen sent me, if you wanna go? Yeah, I'll go. Then she says, you can't go. Then I get a email from St. Margaret's and Silver and Sparkles and Silver's, whatever. I said, oh,
Jubilee.
Yeah,
and
Is there some of them
Silver's,
that are-
I was gonna wear this dress, and then you talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
dance in the building.
It's fun.
And I love, can't wait to see
Yeah, it's
that.
been a busy summer, we gotta
I
wait for
gotta
a
get
little
all the
while.
pictures that I have, of the old
Yeah,
interior.
yeah, you should.
And some of-
It's too late.
What am I gonna wear?
You're gonna-
I can't go by
yeah,
myself. Don't look at it.
We were gone for 2 weeks.
And then Jen said, "Oh, where'd you go?"
I'm gonna go, and you go to swear
Yeah,
dance
but it was
party
very cool there.
afterwards.
It wasn't-
If you stick to us,
It wasn't fun.
That's very.
Yeah, we did.
I
We
go
did.
there and talk to
My
everybody.
mother-in-law stayed with us.
Yeah, you're the big,
Maine is-
Big kahuna.
The summer
Yeah,
Maine was
that's
much
how
warmer
it's
than where we
in
were.
You early?
We went
I didn't even
a little
know you
further
were-
north, like
See you
closer
later.
to-
Yeah, I'm trying
But
to.
yeah, if you went to Seafood.
The last 3 weeks I was nursing my dog.
Yeah.
So
That's a great city.
Okay.
It's a really fun city.
But anyway, it's kind of weird, get like to a routine, I go to a lot of.
Well, yeah, you probably didn't get away for.
Yeah,
You were like-
you're not.
But I gotta get it, and we're planning on daughter's
You don't
wedding,
know
so
that
this
one?
has been, this is like, now, and.
It's like being
What's
a
wedding?
mom is like 5 minutes a piece.
It's-
This
so hard
October,
to
it's like,
actually do.
wow.
It's hard to
You're
get.
down to the
Yeah,
wire.
so that'll be another.
That's your crew, it's just, it's a lot.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
My
wow.
dad's not
That's
that
quite a
well, so I'm
bunch.
trying to like manage that.
You're
and
doing
hospice, that's all.
Yeah,
You'll be running back and
Yeah.
forth there, which is wonderful. Because Rehoboth in the fall
I know.
is gorgeous.
They
I've never been.
Oh, it's really nice.
Any of the beach towns.
Yeah. Get it done.
Yeah, it's gay
Small
friendly
region,
too,
we
which
talk
I like.
There.
No, it's,
Kind of
it's really hard, because you
Yeah,
are,
that was-
well,
that is
you're
decent.
letting go of somebody.
Ocean City.
and-
Yeah, I'm from Long Island, so small family.
Yeah.
I don't wear Long Island, put up the weight.
I grew up in
It's a lot
Washington.
of juggling.
It's a lot.
Like close to the city, but.
It's part of life.
Oh, that would be, I know what that is, a friend called me when she retired.
I'll let you know, so you can do
Yeah,
your
we-
research.
Yeah, actually, I've been
Absolutely.
meeting with people like yesterday, Hannah,
Good
they,
seeing you.
Uh-huh.
See
I'm
you.
with Lisa now.
Night, everyone.
Night,
Night,
bye.
everyone.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.